Hello, everybody. This is Tom Eckert here. You're listening to my podcast, Numerology, a GPS for the Soul. This is your place to learn about the true power of numerology and how to use it to bring out the best in yourself, understand your loved ones better, take wise decisions, and prepare for your future. In other words, how to live your life aligned with your true destiny. Take your time to educate yourself and share these podcasts with your friends and family so they too can enjoy the great benefits of numerology. Enjoy! Hello there to all my listeners to yet another episode in our ongoing series about the 6 ways to empower the various life paths. And today, we're going to focus on life path number 6. But before I say anything else, if you are new here, then welcome to my podcast. This particular podcast is where we discuss in-depth numerology. Numerology is a path for deep inner transformation, for spiritual growth and maturation, for deeper self-understanding and self-knowledge. I personally attempt to make numerology accessible and applicable for everyday life matters so that you can use it in a way that improves your life, that improves your quality of life, that makes you more conscious, more balanced, more aligned with your soul and with your true purpose. Now, here are a few ways you can dive deeper into numerology should you wish to do so. First and foremost, you can book a numerology reading with me. In a numerology reading, you can ask any question that is burning in your life and get precise answers tailored especially to you. You can read more about my readings and contact me through the link in the episode description. Now, if you wish to study numerology on a deeper level or even pursue it as a career, I invite you to check out my 2 numerology study paths. First, check out my self-study numerology courses that give you the rare opportunity to learn numerology online at your own pace. You can learn it on your mobile device, your tablet, your laptop. My library currently includes 2 self-study courses, and more are coming up. Or if you want to be initiated into the real rare depths of numerology and you're tired of all this pop culture numerology that doesn't have a lot of signification, you can sign up to my Complete Path of Certification, where you study directly with me, one-on-one, all the way from where you're right now at in terms of your level, be it a complete beginner, all the way to a numerology expert, and you get certified as a professional numerologist. Again, to read more about both study paths, check out the links in the episode description. So, after we've covered the first 5 life paths, today we will dive into the 6 ways life path number 6 can live up to its true potential, to its true bright potential. Now, as with all the episodes in this series, I will speak to some of the positives to empower and some of the negatives to avoid. This is a must for every life path number to live in its true power. And also remember that even if 6 is not your life path number, but occupies either your expression number or soul age numbers, this episode is still very relevant for you. So having said that, let's dive right in. So the first thing I want to tell you as a life path 6, honor your need for mutuality. Now, as a 6, one of your deepest needs is to connect on a deeper level with others. You long for meaningful and close relationships. But for you, relationships mean genuine care and attention that goes both ways. You cherish deeply the sense of mutual care and the sense of exchange that takes place between you and another. The quality of exchange is key here. Because if you find yourself in a very asymmetrical relationship where you give much but receive little, you will grow slowly bitter, more angry and disappointed. You need to have relationships in your life with people who can give back, who can genuinely reciprocate, and who care about you just like you care about them. That sense of exchange and mutual care creates a sense of home and belonging that are profoundly important for your well-being. Now, I'm going to talk or say more about that later in the episode. It's not about being equal in everything, right? So let's remember that. It's not about being transactional, but rather about honoring your need to have an active friend or partner, someone who truly cares about you, who actually thinks about you and wants your best. And so, this feeling of genuine exchange is what it's all about for you as a Life Path 6. Giving and receiving makes you come full circle and feel whole. The second thing I want you to follow or to know is that you must belong. Now, if you listen to the episode about Life Path number 4, you probably heard me use the term roots, having roots. And I will use it again here in this episode with Life Path number 6. Roots are very important for you, but not roots as in a roof above your head or a healthy body. That's more fitting to number 4. But more importantly, in your case, the roots of belonging. Such roots mean that you have a home, a place where you truly belong, emotionally speaking. This can be a neighborhood, a community, a group of friends, or even a workplace. The key is you want to establish a healthy sense of belonging and having a home. It also means making the space you live in feel like a home. From the furniture to the food you eat, and and the quality of time you spend with your loved ones who share the space with you. You want to have quality time with your partner, time where you both share warmth, closeness, intimacy, and the sense of value. Things are valuable. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it has to mean something for you. Be it a movie, a trip to nature, cooking together, or sharing a fun activity together, as long as you feel that it enriches your connection and strengthens the sense of being at home, alone or alone and together, you're doing the right thing because you're creating a sense of home. And that is, whether you're aware of it or not, a very essential need of yours as a Life Path number 6. The third thing I want to point you towards is that giving and serving is your nature. Now, if you had any doubts about giving too much, then please don't. If you felt like maybe you were being foolish for focusing on others too much, then again, please don't. As a 6, you have such a kind and caring and generous heart. In fact, you simply thrive when you give. You shine when you take care of other people. You are in your element when you make others feel nourished, cared for, and protected. So embrace this beautiful nature of yours. It is a superpower. It is very natural and even healthy for you to be in positions of service, be it, your career or among your friends. Don't fight it, and don't let society make you feel like you're stupid for always putting others first. Again, service and giving is the most natural expression of a six, and one that makes you feel deeply satisfied and aligned with your purpose. Now, can you sometimes give too much? Yes, this can happen. Can you sometimes neglect your own needs? Yes, that can happen as well. But do not let anything stop you from giving. If you feel you need to take a moment to care for yourself, do so. If you feel depleted because of giving too much, no problem, take a break. Simply learn to find the middle ground, but never give up on being a giver. That is essential for you. Let's move on to the fourth point. But before I dive into it, if you are enjoying this podcast and you want to keep learning more quality, high quality, in depth numerology, then make sure to follow, subscribe, turn on the notifications bell on any platform you're listening from, and make sure to become part of my numerology community. It also helps me a lot when you subscribe to my channels. And of course, make sure to follow me on Substack, where I write in depth content that combines numerology and Dharma. The link to my Substack publication is in the podcast episode description. And of course, lastly, make sure to comment. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Share your thoughts. I'd love to get in touch with you and answer your questions. So, the fourth point, be fair and loving, but do not be transactional. Okay? So, as a sixth life path, you are one of the most fair people around. Okay? The impulse for fairness runs deep in your veins and informs your choices and behavior, maybe more than you're willing to admit. Your capacity to feel for others and make sure they have equal or even better conditions than you is deeply rooted in your way of being. If you see injustice around you, it feels personal, even if it has nothing to do with you. It can really hurt. And that's what makes you so beautiful. Your willingness to go out of your way to make everyone feel loved, feel seen, and being equally treated. But you must beware of not letting this power, this strength of that you have to take the better of you. The danger is wanting everything to always be fair and equal. Without noticing, you might become transactional, like hiding a secret ledger, you know, like of what I gave and what I'm owed, right? Because everything has to always be equal. And feeling and consequently feeling very hurt and disappointed when you don't receive sufficient reciprocation. Now, if not paid attention to, it can make you turn bitter and vengeful. This can also ruin important relationships in your life. So remember that not everyone gives in the same ways and not to the same extent. And that what really matters is the giving itself. If you feel that a friend hasn't been giving back and it hurts, learn to communicate that with love so that it doesn't explode in a destructive way later on down the road and simply, you know, put your relationship in jeopardy or even ruin it altogether. which sort of leads me very naturally to the fifth point, and that is don't suppress your feelings. So the last point, right, naturally leads me to one of the most important points for you, life path sixes. Do not suppress your feelings and do not ignore them. I cannot emphasize that enough. You guys are amazing suppressors. And you are so sweet because, in a way, you suppress out of a wish to avoid conflict and creating discomfort to others. But the price is high and can eventually cost you your relationships and even your own health. It is one thing to try to create a peaceful space for everyone. It is completely another to override your feelings to the degree that they are bottled up in your belly, suffocated and unattended, like a ticking bomb waiting to explode as rage, as blame, as revenge, or even illness. So, as a six, you must muster the courage to face your feelings and emotions and process them properly. They need to be digested, my friends. That's the deeper inner work you're meant to undertake. It is like learning to digest properly. Things shouldn't stay under the rug. Since you are a person of fairness in essence, remember to also be fair to your own emotions. They too deserve to be processed, understood, and digested. Now, if you don't do so, you may end up in many unwanted fights, conflicts, simply because you waited and waited and waited to express what you feel. Or you may face physical ailments that are forcing you and will force you to face yourself. Now, on the other hand, if you do take care of your emotions, if you do digest them properly, if you do process them, you will know true maturity and a much deeper form of love and satisfaction. And now to the last point. Be the parent you are meant to be. So, lastly, I want you to know that as a six, you came into this world with a wonderful parental quality. It is not only limited to biological parenting, you can be a parent to your friends, colleagues, and basically anyone who is part of your life. When you take someone under your wing, when you support, when you feed others, when you give a helping hand, you simply feel in your element, empowered and empowering. Your warm and loving presence can be a space of solace for so many people. You can become a sense of home for others. Remember how important the sense of home is for you? Now, imagine that you can become that sense of home for others as well. How wonderful is that? You are a born nurturer. Wherever you go, see yourself like a cosmic gardener, someone who nourishes everyone in their life and in their midst and helps them grow in the best of conditions. Yes, that is the cosmic parent, my friend. You make others feel great about themselves and support them in creating the necessary conditions for their own flowering. This is a much needed quality in today's world, and people who have you around in your element should consider themselves lucky. So simply remember that as a sixth life path, you are a giver and a nurturer. Give and love, but make sure that this love goes both ways to avoid disappointments. Remember that you care a lot, but that this doesn't mean neglecting your needs and emotions. So take good care of yourself as well, and all will be well. You have a lot to give. So do that with love and dedication. And before I wrap this up, if you have enjoyed this podcast and you want to keep learning in-depth numerology, make sure to follow, subscribe, and turn on the notifications bell on the platform you're listening from. Give it a like, share it. It really, really helps me a lot. Also, make sure to follow me on Substack, where I write about numerology and Dharma. The link is in the podcast episode description. Make sure to comment, make sure to ask questions and share your thoughts. I'd love to be in touch with all of you guys. And of course, don't forget to check out my professional numerology readings to get your questions clarified. And of course, check out my self-study numerology courses and in-depth numerology certification studies if you want to acquire a deeper mastery of numerology. So as always, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope it gave you more food for thought and supportive content. And as always, I'll see you in the next episodes. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, and you want to go deeper into numerology, check out my website, tom-eckert.com. You can also book a numerology reading or even study numerology yourself through my courses. I'll see you in the next episode.